Welcome, dear Thriver, to Thriver TV, where I love helping you heal and not just survive, but thrive after narcissistic abuse. Before I get into today's topic, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and that you've hit the notification button and that you like and share my videos. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about why narcissists trap lightworkers, as well as how they do it and why so many wonderful lightworkers are fodder for narcissists, and most importantly, how you can still be a powerful lightworker yet never be a target for a narcissist again. Rather, a narcissist will be terrified over you. Okay, so I know many of you are lightworkers, many of you listening and watching my channel. I know that you're a beautiful, giving soul because you're a person who likes to make a difference. You love spreading your light and lending a hand and your heart to people in need. And maybe you're working professionally in a healing or a caretaking role. Many people in this community do, or really should be, if you do grant yourself the confidence and the courage to pursue your true soul contributions to this planet. And it's really wonderful because many people who work my healing programs end up doing this. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the disempowering misconception of being a light worker, because there are many common misconceptions that are new age false premises of being a light worker. I want to talk about the main two that I really believe are an issue. The first one is that narcissists go after people's light. A lot of people believe that and a lot of people talk about that. But it's an incomplete statement and it's not fully accurate. Yes, absolutely, narcissists go after your energy and your life force, but they can only do that when they know how to tap into and use your fears and your insecurities against you, as well as also your loving, overgiving nature. And we're going to look into this further soon. The second new age lightworker misconception is that being a lightworker means that your light and your love can conquer all, and that you will somehow be spiritually protected and you will just have the ability to create great relationships because of your knowledge or your spirituality. As many of us painfully found out, this is not the truth at all. This is what I believe about lightworkers, being one myself, is that if we are not powerfully in our sovereign truth, our authenticity and our light, then we are highly susceptible to narcissists. They love going for people like you and myself because we're fixers. We like sorting out other people's issues. And narcissists have plenty of those issues, as we know. And also we're going to give and give and give until it hurts, often at our own expense, which narcissists love because they're in the business of taking and emptying you out. And also, here's a really hard truth, but we need to understand this. Also, we've been wounded people. This is the reason why we're drawn to being healers, because we teach what we've most needed to learn. And we've got compassion to give to others as a result of our own real life experiences. And here's the thing, having wounds is the #1 necessity for a narcissist to be able to leverage power over someone. Also, let me go a little deeper with this. I really believe with all of my heart and soul that lightworkers are here for big things. We're here to help ourselves, others, our planet, and humanity itself to come out of the darkness and into the light. And I believe that narcissists are the most powerful, catalytic, they're catalysts, agents to help us do this. They find and they attack our wounds because that's how they hook us and how they trauma bond us. And this also makes our unconscious, unhealed parts incredibly conscious because we get throttled with them. They literally beat us up with our own insecurities or unhealed parts. And it makes them incredibly conscious, and it actually forces us to our knees in absolute trauma to turn inwards and whole our own souls back to wholeness, because that's the only way we actually recover from them. So by doing that inner journey and doing that healing, which is what my Thriver healing path is all about, we finally integrate those lost or disowned or unconscious parts that were not whole, and we emerge, we heal and grow up into our true self and our true life. And this happens as we detox ourselves from the narcissist and everything that they triggered within us. Now, none of this, our susceptibilities, has made it our fault that narcissists go after us. It just helps us understand why they do. And it offers a path out for us to grow and develop beyond this susceptibility, as well as claim the powerful, incredible light that we were born to have, to create heaven on earth with in this lifetime. Okay, let's have a look at the difference between unconscious and conscious light workers so that you can understand this a little better. I used to be an unconscious light worker. And the interesting thing about being unconscious, it's not until we come into more consciousness that we know that we were unconscious. When I was an unconscious light worker, it didn't mean I was a bad person. I had a big heart. I wanted to make a difference. But it wasn't until Thriver recovery from narcissistic abuse that I worked out what had made me susceptible to narcissists. I didn't know how to put my oxygen mask on before handing them out to others. I used to try to heal people so that I could feel better. It was a way of avoiding, at that time, of not yet having done the deep inner cellular work on myself. And quite frankly, I didn't know how to do that. I thought knowledge and training was enough, yet I hadn't processed yet, meaning released and reprogrammed my inner trauma that was trapped in my being. I was still carrying the fears of crap, meaning criticism, rejection, abandonment, and punishment, if I was being honest and fully myself. I was scared to speak up. I didn't know how to take a stand for my rights and values, and I really didn't even know what they actually were. I had a very poor boundary function. I was a people pleaser. I was a fixer. I used to tell people what they wanted to hear. I also was a psychic, spiritual, sensitive, as so many of us are in this community, that felt other people's energy profusely. And this meant I was tuning into what they wanted and needed to try to make them feel good so that I could feel good, rather than simply align with and create relationships that had the desire and the capacity to meet me at my values and truth. All of this made me a very big target for a narcissist, because it's exactly the characteristics that they love. Other people tuning into them and handing power away to them. And the real truth is, light workers have these characteristics in spades. So let me speak to the truth of every light worker in this community who hasn't yet made the transition to being a conscious light worker, who will never tolerate a narcissist again. And like I said at the start of this video, becoming a person who will send a narcissist running for the hills. Like a vampire recoils when a whopping great light is shone on them. Okay, so what does this up-level, this conscious graduation look like? It's created from the self-partnering, from turning within, where you take full radical responsibility for your internal unhealed parts, your inner trauma. It's where in this self-partnership you start healing them and yourself up beyond these traumas into a much more sovereign and authentic beingness. Then you value yourself. Then you start trusting and loving yourself. and discovering what your truth and values really mean for you. No longer are you fixing people in order to be loved. Rather, you're calling people upwards from where you're vibrating, offering them solutions and truths to embrace, to heal. And this is very true in a professional capacity. If this is your job as a light worker, yet you no longer take responsibility for those who choose not to self-partner and take responsibility for their own souls and healing. And in your personal relationships, you're only expending your time and energy on people who will take the responsibility for their life. And this becomes even more important now because you may have to share your life and possibly even your bed with this person. As a conscious light worker, you align with your truth. You have boundaries. You're able to say it no, and you're able to lose it all to get it all. Because really what you're saying by being your authentic sovereign self is you're saying, come join me in this light. Join me in truth and authenticity and integrity and wholesomeness. And if you don't wish to, or you don't have the capacity to, I set you free so that you can go and have relationships and experiences that are more a match for where you're at. And I free myself to continue on in my life, creating more of what is true for me. Because I now honor, value, and respect myself. I have my own light. I love my connection to Source, which is my higher self, creation, God, the universe, whatever you want to call your higher power. I'm fulfilled and whole. I know my true source is not you, it's Source. You are not my source. And because now I have true love through Source, through my own development back home to myself, I will never accept a level of love less than the level of love that I have for me. No narcissist can exist in your life with the development into that truth back home to yourself. And in that place, you will not tolerate narcissistic rubbish for a moment. And the first time it even starts shaking your relationship, you will stand in the truth of your values, lay boundaries, and quickly see if this person can come and join you in that higher vibrational truth or not. A narcissist can't. The actions will not match the words, and they very quickly unravel and expose themselves. And you won't stay with it. So, in conclusion, I really hope today's video has helped you understand how you thought being a light worker made you a target, was a weakness because of narcissists. But it's actually your greatest strength, because narcissists are false selves. When you're a powerful sovereign being in your light, you're a true self. They are no match for you. You are no longer a match or vibrating anywhere near their falsities, their faux love, their control, their conditions, their games, or their manipulations. You don't need to acquiesce to that junk to be able to get yourself. You've already got yourself. You're able to say no and powerfully be yourself whilst continuing to shine your powerful light. And I know that in this community, so many of you are light workers. And this is why you've had the experience of narcissistic abuse, so that you can fully release the parts of you that are still in trauma or insecure or not healed yet, so you can release that darkness to fully claim your light. Narcissists really force us to do this. And I would love to help you get there, as myself and thousands of other people in this community have done, left behind those unconscious parts of ourselves where we used to hand power over to narcissists, to become conscious light workers who now are not only impervious to narcissists, but we are free to do our Lightworkers work in the world in powerful, expansive, and fearless ways. So, the path myself and others have taken to do that inner work to make this possible is NARP. It's the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Program. And the link is here. And after researching NARP and looking into it, I know that you will start to feel what is possible for you. So I really hope this has helped. I'd love to see if you relate to this. Let me know in your comments. And always remember, keep smiling, keep healing, and keep thriving, because there's nothing else to do, especially if you're a Lightworker. Lots of love. Bye-bye.